We are back. We are with Brian Avery, Bravery Brewing. Brian, congratulations on winning Avy's Best.
Thanks, Vic. Always a really nice little surprise, especially after a year that we all had.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool, like a little reminder that the community's out there watching and caring.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So tell us, man, how did Bravery come to be?
So Bravery kind of was birthed out of my passion of home brewing. I was making beer for a few years in my parents' garage. I finally got to a point where I was making really good beer. Some family friends were kind of putting this bug in my ear, like, "Hey, you guys should really go for this." And my dad and my mom as well both have bachelor's degrees in business. So my dad and I were able to make a business plan, and the numbers made sense. And at the time, back in 2011, when we were conceiving the idea, there were no breweries in the Antelope Valley. So it was really going to bring something that wasn't here. Who doesn't love a delicious beer in the hot desert? And so everything just made sense, and we were able to finance it. And here we are 9 years later, bigger and better than ever, and just pumping out beer for the community.
And you also have a beer club, Bravura, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So something that I'm really passionate about within the craft beer is barrel aging beer. And it just really elevates the beer to a whole nother level. And a lot of those beers are available to everyone, but we'll hand select some of the ones that are more nuanced. We'll then add some fun, unique ingredients to them, like toasted coconut, almonds, fruits. And that kind of goes into becoming a Bravura beer. And so we have the Bravura Collective, which is an annual membership, and it guarantees your access to those beers that are only available to the members. And it's really just a cool way to have a community within the community and its fellow, beer aficionados that really love the barrel-aged beers that we're making here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I tried a few of them. They're amazing. Months later, I see an announcement is coming, and then when the announcement came, you have a pizza kitchen.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
We made this decision almost a year ago now. Let's do this. Let's fortify the business. Let's help buffer ourselves from further closures. But then also, pizza is something that is just so in my wheelhouse. I love pizza. I make pizza at home, and pizza is so diverse, just like beer. And so you can explore all these different flavor profiles and match them with the different beers that we have on tap. And it just kind of goes without saying that beer and pizza are a perfect combo.
Yeah, I want to go back into the kitchen, see how the pies are being made, and then hopefully maybe try a few different pizzas and some of your beer pairings.
Totally.
Well, hey, but congratulations on winning Avy's Best.
Thank
Love
you.
what you guys are doing. You guys been amazing to the community. But let's go back into the kitchen and see what's behind those pies.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go, guys.
First, we start with our flour, which is a very high quality, high gluten flour. It's non-bleached and non-bromated, which is very important for the ultimate flavor of our crust. So we load up our dough mixer first with the flour. After the flour's in the mixing bowl, we add a small amount of what's called diastatic malt. This is going to add some deeper color and also a deeper, richer flavor to our crust as well. Next into the mixing bowl is going to be our yeast solution. So this is activated yeast slurry with a little bit of sugar to encourage yeast activity. To further promote a healthy fermentation of our dough, we add a small amount of previously fermented dough balls to the mix. This is going to really kind of kickstart our fermentation and make sure our crust ultimately gets to where it needs to be. Once the dough hook has been installed into the mixing bowl, we add some ice water to the total mixture. And the reason why we're using ice water is maintaining the right temperature during mixing is very critical to making sure the fermentation is going to occur at the right rate. You don't want it too hot because it'll ferment too quickly and produce off flavors. You also don't want it too cold because then you won't get enough fermentation overall. Once all the ingredients are in the bowl, we begin mixing. Now that we've incorporated most of the main ingredients, at this point, we're going to add a little bit of sea salt, which is going to really help with the flavor of the crust. And by hand, we'll make sure that there aren't any dry patches down at the bottom of the bowl, really making sure that everything is fully incorporated. The last ingredient to go in is our extra virgin olive oil. Again, this is going to help with overall flavor and also get the dough to the right texture and consistency that's going to really help with the kneading and the shaping of the dough balls later on. Each of our pizzas is handmade to order. So we start by taking one of the pre-fermented dough balls out of the dough box, and we sprinkle a light sprinkling of semolina flour on top. Semolina flour is really nice compared to standard flour because you get less doughy flavor and you get that nice kind of added crunchy texture from the semolina. Each dough ball is carefully stretched out to make sure that we're maintaining that gluten structure that we've created, as well as the airy fermentation quality as well. In our veggie pizza, we're starting with a house-made vegan pesto sauce. It's vegan because it doesn't have Parmesan added, but it's made with walnuts, cashews, fresh basil, lemon juice, salt, and some chili pepper. Once the sauce has been applied, we move down the line and we get to our vegetable toppings. We add diced yellow bell peppers onto the veggie pizza, as well as diced tomatoes, our house pickled red onions, and then also marinated artichoke hearts. The finishing touch to the veggie pizza is some crumbled feta cheese. Of course, this is optional if you want the pizza to be truly vegan. Once the toppings are complete, the pizza goes into the oven. For our second pizza, we're going to do what's called pig and the pineapple. It's our take on the traditional Hawaiian style pizza. So first, we are going to get the dough covered in our house marinara sauce. We actually mill the tomatoes by hand to make this sauce and then season it with a little bit of olive oil, sea salt, and dried oregano. We're going to go ahead and put our 4-cheese blend on top. Our 4-cheese blend is mixed in-house, and it's made of whole milk mozzarella, smoked Gouda, fontina, and a little bit of Parmesan. We're going to hit it with some fresh diced pineapple. You can't have Hawaiian style pizza without pineapple, of course. And after the pineapple is on, we're going to add some house pickled jalapeno slices as well. Add a little bit of extra flavor and a little bit of spice kick to the pizza as well. So that's going to go into the oven. Once that comes out, we'll hit that with the prosciutto. For the beer and brats pizza, we go ahead and start spreading our house beer cheese mustard all over the crust. With all of our specialty pizzas, we really try to go above and beyond as far as exploring all the flavors that we're trying to get on top of the pizza. Rather than just using one of our house sauces like our marinara, we try to create a special sauce to really get at the foundations of the flavors we're trying to hit. Once the 4-cheese blend is on top of the pizza, we add sliced yellow bell peppers as well as sliced white onion. And then lastly, the stout-infused bratwurst medallions go on top. Once all the toppings are in place, the pizza goes into the oven. It really is a great opportunity, like I said, to explore all these different types of flavors and really push what pizza can taste like. Our beer and brats is coming out of the oven. You can see that nice browning that the bratwurst got going through. And then lastly, we are going to finish this with a nice sauerkraut topping. Bring some nice tanginess to balance out all that cheesy goodness on there. So what I'm going to pair with the pig and the pineapple pizza is our newly re-released Pineapple Boo. This is a really fun beer, and a lot of people look forward to this every summer. It's basically a nice, clean wheat beer that we then ferment with lots and lots of pineapple puree. So you get that nice, bright pineapple flavor on top of just a nice, neutral, clean wheat beer base. That's gonna work really well with that pizza. For our veggie pizza, I like to pair this with our Brighton ESB. ESB stands for Extra Special Bitter. It's very traditional English ale. It's very malty, a little toasty, and I think this works really great with the veggie toppings as well as that feta cheese. Just kind of brings it all together, and the toastiness with the kind of caramelized brown veggies on top are just gonna really sync up nicely. And lastly, I'm gonna pair the monthly special, the beer and brats pizza, with our Kirby. This is one of our flagship beers. It's a Belgian style blonde, otherwise known as a Kolsch, and it's just a really crisp, really clean, kind of on the lighter side beer. This beer is perfect for the warmer weather, but I just figure traditional with traditional. That bratwurst is meant to be eaten with a nice traditional blonde like this.
What's up, Baby Food crew? For the purpose of time, I went ahead and sped up the video, but let me tell you, you have to try Bravery Pizza. It's awesome. The beer pairings are always amazing. The monthly specials that they have for the pizza is just something else. But more importantly, that crust, the ingredients, everything is made fresh or from scratch. It's just another good staple here in the Antelope Valley. Support their business, and as always, please support the AV Restaurant Group on Facebook, and please like and comment on the video. Tell us what restaurants you want us to go visit next, and we'll see you on the next one.